What's good with the YouTube? You already know Big Flocka with a convict's perspective, and I'm gonna smash, dash, and slide on through with a little bit of energy. What's cracking, people? Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, show support for the channel, man, as we keep this pushing along, man. So today we're gonna talk about this individual, Block Boy. Block Boy from Hollister, an aspiring North Daniel rapper from Hollister, man, who apparently the other day we did a report. A lot of people reported that he had passed away in the county jail, was someone about the similar age, 27 years old. And people assume, based upon the charges that he's been charged with, that maybe this is what occurred. You know what I mean? Apparently he's alive. He gave a statement, man. And the statement, man, I heard it. And it made me fucking laugh my ass off, man. Um, you know, I'll go in on some pedophiles straight up all day. On some dudes that are off some fucking deviant type of behavior, man. And that's what this cat is, bro. He's talking about he's gonna come out on top, and that those that have his name in his mouth, they're gonna have to run that fade and whatnot. It doesn't change anything. You could talk all that, right? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, you basically have the deviant, sick behavior, bro. There's no justification in it. You know what I'm saying? You can run a fade. You could be the best fighter in the world, which you're not. You know what I'm saying? Um, you could come out on top on it with everybody, which you're not. You know what I'm saying? Um, you're just a deviant, sick individual. You know what I'm saying? Who tried to self-justify um, what your actions were by having people put posts out there on social media. And no disrespect to them, but man, I get it to support your family member or your loved one's family member, but maybe you want to keep that offline because it's making other people look kind of stupid and dumb because those actions you can't explain. You know, even where the location of where this incident occurred, right, was right next to the high school. So he had been keeping tabs of her, knowing when she was going to go to school and whatnot. Now, like I said, there's been two theories. One said that she was 15, the other one said she was 17. It doesn't matter either way. Even if she was 18, what you did was sick, man, because you're taking advantage of a young female who's still in high school, who needs to graduate from high school, and being an older man, 27 years old, man, you got to have some type of morals and respect within yourself, but apparently you don't, man. But I've heard that anywhere she's from between the ages of 15 and 17. Now, if she's underage for fact, there's no way he would not have known because this is a fact. He had a restraining order against him. And for some people to put out there in social media that he didn't know about her age and this and that, you're basically putting out false information because there was a restraining order or protective order that was in place that has been put out there by the news media. I'm pretty sure that more things could be looked into it. You know, I'm sure eventually things are going to come out, and in this case, you're going to find out a lot more. I mean, based upon the fact of what he did, threatened her, fucking strangled her, all kinds of things, and then let her go. Just goes to show what type of individual he is. She's not a grown woman. She's not involved in the mix to my knowledge. And these type of antics, like I said, man, it's just basically deviant type of behavior, man. I can't sit there and criticize other people who have similar type of cases and then give this individual a pass because he's from Northern California. No, that's not going to happen, man. And I'm not going to give anybody a pass that associates and cosigns or condones that type of behavior. That in itself, what he did, the charges in itself, and the fact that she's probably just a civilian would account for him just to be fucking a rap. A rap. The fact that it's a relationship, it becomes a little bit of a personal attachment. And you always got to take into account that there may be some embellishment. But from a girl that young with a protective order, you put yourself in that situation. You can't sit there and blame everybody else for what you did. Okay? You knew better. But apparently you didn't care. You know? And, like I said, people with your type of fucking characteristics and behavior, man, it's a blessing for me to fucking expose and fucking put your shit out there, man. It's the worst of the worst is those that take advantage of underaged, females or whatever, and tries to sit there and utilize them for their own, selfish purposes and selfish needs, man. You know what I mean? People like that are like the worst of the worst. You know what I mean? There's no, there's nothing that you can sit there and say, oh, well, he had to do what he had to do for himself, or, I get it why this person did that. No, this is just some fucking sick behavior, man. And you can't spin it. You can't try to justify it. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You're a fucking pedophile. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, there's nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? And talking about that you're gonna catch these fades, you're gonna catch this and that. Man, ain't no one tripping off that, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta worry about the own homeboys in your own backyard, man, because with those type of charges, motherfuckers gonna be on your fucking helmet just to save their ass. And anybody that was out there that observed and seen this type of behavior and didn't address this, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Have some type of respect and morals. You can't give a pass to some individual who's doing some type of behavior just because they're your homeboy. You know, there's a lot of shit that goes on, man, that people have been able to, you know, fly under the radar or hide in shadows or pretty much sweep under the rug. And a lot of times it's stuff like this, you know, where people know, they've seen, observed, and even some of these cats even participated, you know, and to sit there and they still are able to maintain their good standings or whatnot within whatever collective they are, whatever function. It's because nobody knows, man, but you know. You individuals know. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that you got to hold on your conscience because eventually the truth crushed the earth will rise again. Everything comes out in the wash. You know, and like I said, this has a tendency, man. A lot of other rappers have had the same type of incidents and issues. You know what I mean? You know, and it's all out there, man. And I'm not gonna sit there and bite my fucking tongue just because I don't want to piss someone off because he's good with this person or that person. You know what I mean? Nah, it is what it is. If you engage in this type of behavior, you're a fucking punk, you're a fucking lame, you're a fucking pedophile, you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than crimes that are committed against those that are underage. Nothing worse, man. You know what I'm saying? And to knowingly engage. You know what I mean? Now, if this was someone that was 19 and maybe they're 16, 17, yeah, there's a little bit of wiggle room on that. I would advise anybody just not to be put in that type of situation. But this is a grown man, 27 years old. You should already be having your kids, you know what I mean, taking them to school and doing all that kind of stuff, right? Not fucking picking them up to take them home to your house. You know, what kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? You know, what are you gonna do? Gonna go out fucking on a date? They're gonna say, "Oh, is that your daughter?" I mean, that's the kind of shit that it looks like, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, you know, there's certain things in life that right is right, wrong is wrong. And as men, right, whether you're an active gang member or not, right, if you're associated with any type of collective or crew and you observe these things, man, and you do not call that shit out or even deal with it, then you're just as much guilty for whatever occurs. You know, I'm a realist, man. I'm not going to sit there and fucking say nothing that I don't feel. And with this individual, man, you know, just to come out on social media and ignore the fact of his charges, ignore the fact that she was underage. You know, there was some social media posts, I guess, by either the dad and his girlfriend trying to basically back him up, which I get. As a parent, you're going to back up your kid regardless sometimes of what they do. I don't think I could back up my kid if they did anything like this, so I'm going to be honest with you. I think I have that type of fucking moral compass when it comes to fucking deviant behaviors. I cannot support it. I don't want no part of it. It's fucking just, to me, it's fucking just sick. There's something wrong with someone that does that kind of shit, and they don't deserve any sympathy from society, period. You know? And that's just my personal opinion. Everybody else is going to have a different view of how they see things. You know what I mean? You know, once you cross certain boundaries with me in particular, you know what I'm saying? There's never going to be a part where I'm going to compromise my integrity when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? There's no cause, there's no purpose in doing what this individual did. You know what I'm saying? People are going to try to sweep it under the rug. They're going to try to sugarcoat it. They're going to try to fucking spin the narrative. There ain't no spinning the narrative. You snatched her up right by the fucking high school. She probably had her fucking school books on her. What are you going to sit there and say, "Oh, I thought she was 18. Well, fucking even if you thought she was 18, she was still in high school, man. That should have been red flags enough. And that you had a protective order that was placed on the county for domestic issues in the past. Now, they didn't file no charges of underage stuff yet. I'm pretty sure they're going to investigate that, and there'll be an outcome of that. Um, but through numerous people, including his own family, claiming that he didn't know she was underage. I mean, come on now. That's self-evident. I mean, that's just clear as day. That validates every report that you're hearing about this individual. Now, just because they don't have no, cases under the R jacket or under Megan's law that they filed yet, does not mean that they may not file later on. And I'm sure they're going to investigate and probe into this matter further. How long the relationship was, where did they meet, all that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm putting this out there because I have no fucking sympathy for any type of motherfucker who conducts this type of behavior. Now, if he was innocent, then he wouldn't have even fucking did this last incident. There would have never been a protective order, you know. Um, it seems like in this, from what you're hearing, like this female was done, like she was through with him, but he couldn't take it. He threatened her family, he threatened her, and she immediately did what she was supposed to do. She, as a female, especially as a minor, she went and reported this incident, you know. And now you got this dude that wants to have the audacity, you know what I mean? The audacity to try to fucking call people out fucking over the phone and this and that, bro. Ain't no one tripping off you, bro. You what fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's easy work, bro. But, you know, enough about that. You know what I'm saying? I'd be more worried about my freedom and about how I'm gonna fucking explain this to my family about what happened. Hope, you know what I mean? Yeah, hopefully you don't have no kids because that'd be the most fucking devastating, fucking hurtful thing that you could do to your kid is to be a individual like you. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, there's certain things like that I really don't, you know, I can sit there and say, okay, this needs to be investigated, this needs to be looked into. This is one of those things that is clear as day. You know what I'm saying? All actions that you see are all things that are typical of a certain individual. As soon as they get exposed, what they want to do, they want to come to the forefront and deflect everything that's been thrown at them. He didn't address one time the alleged charges, the age, or anything in his little fucking phone call. All he wants to say, oh, so I'm not dead. Anybody got my name in your mouth, you're gonna come catch that fade. You know what I mean? Keep on talking like that. There's gonna be a whole bunch of people lining up at your door, bro. Trust me on that. You know what I'm saying? There's cats sometimes that are just waiting, bro. You know what I'm saying? That don't like you, that never liked you. That now you gave them all the ammunition in the world to come see you about something, man. And trust me, you know what I mean? They gonna come see you. You know. Anyways, man, I thought it was comical. If you guys haven't heard it, I think it was on Hood Media 310 or something like that. He did a little funny fucking response to it, man. He said that the dude tried to bail out because he was trying to take her to the fucking prom. Can you believe that shit? Oh yeah, and that's another thing too. This is early of the senior year that she's in. This isn't like it's summertime, you know what I mean, where she may be after 18, you know? That's not to say, look, even if she's 18, this doesn't look fucking good, and he would have the same type of consequences probably from the homeboys for doing some shit like that. Only way I would see that they maybe would fucking try to sweep it on the roads if he's fucking paying that, man. But, you know, I never was about that. Because I remember there was a time when fucking Huicho from San Jose was trying to extort, I think it was, he was getting a hold of one of the Palacios, I believe. And one of them had some questionable charges. And he was trying to get them to pay $50,000 to let him walk the line. I wasn't, and he tried to self-justify saying, oh, it wasn't that bad. I read the paperwork. I wasn't feeling it though. You know what I mean? I thought that there was more to it. And I thought that, you know, no matter what, when it comes to certain charges that people have against them, that you can't fucking file. You know what I'm saying? Now, my response to this dude, BlockBoy and everything he's talking, man, you know, when motherfuckers catch you in traffic, they're going to be about that action, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, no one's going to be tripping off. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to have an incentive to take your fucking head off, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you can say what you want about me, my past or my not, man. But one thing about me is I would never conduct or condone any type of behavior like that. And if I see you in traffic, be about that action as well, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's my response to the little claim about those that made the video. When you see me, be about that action. Have that same energy. You know what I mean? Because the outcome's not going to be something you like. Guarantee that. You know what I mean? No remorse for anybody. And that's not to sit there and condone or promote nothing. I have no remorse whatsoever for these sick individuals, man. You know what I'm saying? Other things I have to check my moral compass about whether I'm putting things out at times for content or views or you know what I mean? So sometimes I have to check myself like, okay, Flox, let's get back to reality, man. Let's push a positive message. So there's nothing positive in this message today. It's a response to what he was saying in his video. You know what I mean? This is how I feel. This is my honest fucking opinion. This is me being Flacco, unfiltered, how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with these situations before. You know what I'm saying? Many times. One individual was a fucking roommate. I've told that story. You know what I'm saying? Another dude was fucking some cat named fucking from the East Bay that people know. You know what I'm saying? He got left fucking stripped down in the motherfucking abandoned road back in the days. You know what I'm saying? first similar type of behavior. So me, I, I take it to heart, man. You know what I'm saying? I take it to heart because I've had loved ones that stuff have happened to. You know what I'm saying? I've had, relationships with someone where stuff happened to them when they were younger. So I have that whole energy about it. You know what I'm saying? Here comes Gunner's calling me. Let me answer this shit. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a good one. I'll tap in with you guys later. This is just a quick response to BlockBoy.